Hey guys, it's Lady Jirachi from snowpointtubble.com. Welcome to my very first podcast, if you will, called Pokemon Talk, where I basically rate a random Pokemon with an analyst and a rating score of 1 to 10. I give you some movesets and a little bit of information about the Pokemon that I know of. So I hope you will all enjoy. And once in a while I will have a guest commentator with me, or a guest speaker. So let's get right into the very first Pokemon, shall we? And so the very first Pokemon introduced today first made its appearance in the Sinnoh region. That's right, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And then again in this third game of the franchise, Pokemon Platinum. Now this Pokemon is an electric type. This Pokemon is national number 405. And let me give you a text entry here. When its eyes gleam gold, it can spot hiding prey, even those taking shelter behind a wall. And it has had a couple of anime appearances. One episode I can't tell because it'll give it away right off the bat. And another time was in Sinnoh League Victors under the control of Volkner. It was used against Ash. So who could this be? And actually it's one of my favorite 4th gen Pokemon, next to Lucario and a bunch of others. So, have you figured it out? That's right, it's Luxray. That's right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Luxray. One of the coolest Pokemon in Gen 4. So let's take a moment and look at some of his stats and stuff like that. So let's take a look here. As we know, Luxray is an electric type, which honestly I thought it would be electric dark, which would have been pretty cool. Anyway, its first appearance was Diamond and Pearl. It is weak to ground type Pokemon, strong against water and flying, and those abilities are Rivalry, which means if your opponent is the same gender as you, your attack and special attack are increased by 25%. And if your opponent is the opposite gender of you, the attack and special attack is decreased by 25%. And its other ability you can get it with is Intimidate, which basically lowers foes' attack by 1 stage upon entering the field. Now, Pokemon with Clear Body, Hyper Cutter, or White Smoke are not affected. And, of course, it does have a Dremel ability. I almost actually forgot to put that on there. It is Guts. Basically, it attacks is raised by 1.5 times when induced with a status like Burn, Paralyze, Sleep, Poison. And the nice thing is, if you run the Flame Orb with it, Burn's effect of lowering attack is not applied. So let's move on and take a look at those base stats, shall we? With HP being at 80. Attack of 120, a defense and a special defense of 79, a special attack of 96, that's not too bad, and its speed is hindering at a 70. So it's not exactly the fastest electric type, but physically it'll do very well. So let's move on and take a look at some movesets. Now actually before I do that, somebody was asking, Lady, where do you get it, Luxray? I want to get one. How do I get one? Well, I'll show you, or tell you how to get one. Here we have Luxray's evolution chain. Now, it starts out as a Shinx, and then evolves at level 15 into a Luxio, and then reaching Luxio to level 30 will give you a Luxray. Yay, no stones or anything required. And now for Shinx's location, which I did put for each game. I probably didn't get them all, but I got most of them that I could remember. Now, easiest way to get it, Luxray, not Luxio, is catch a Shinx on Route 202, 203, 204 at the Furingo Ironworks in Diamond and Pearl, or if you have Pokemon Platinum, same places as Diamond and Pearl, except for in the Valley Windworks, and not the Furingo Ironworks. And if you have Heart Gold, Soul Silver, there are many areas in Kanto with the Sinnoh sound on the Pokegear. Now, I didn't list exact routes because there were so many of them. So, I will leave the link to Cerebi and it'll tell you exactly where. And you can also get it in the Spire Zone with a special item. And also, in black and white, black 2 and white 2. If you get into the Dream World, you can have a chance of finding one in the Pleasant Forest at the beginning. Or, if you're impatient and don't want to catch it, you can catch a Luxio later on at the Fuego Ironworks in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum on Route 222. And again, in the Spire Zone of Heart Gold, Soul Silver with that special item. And if you want one in black and white 2, you must evolve your Dream World Shinx to get Luxray. So let's take a look at some of those movesets I promised you now. Here we go. Alright, so here we have a couple of movesets that I just threw on here for Luxray. Sadly, it'll never be beyond NU. It's just too frail, but it can still pack a punch. Anyway, so let's take a look at these movesets here. We have moveset number 1, the Gutsy Leo. I just made up the name, so work with me. So the nature we're going to go with is Jolly, with the ability of Guts. And the item is the Flame Orb, with the move pool of Wild Charge, Superpower, Facade, and Crunch. And the EVs are pretty self-explanatory, with maxing out attack and speed because it needs all the speed it can get since it's not exactly fast. And then you're going to put the remaining 4 into HP. Now this second set is the one I do run in my monotype gym. I am the monotype gym leader at Snow Point Temple. And this moveset is Kitty Breaking the Walls. Now the nature is Rash, the ability being Intimidate. The item is the Life Orb. And the move pool that I run, I just switch it around a little from time to time, but I go with Thunderbolt, Superpower, Hidden Power Grass for those ground types that come in on him, Volt Switch, or Signal Beam, depending on what I feel like doing. So, that is it for Luxray, everybody. Now, let's go ahead and give him a score here. Now, he's not top, but he is very cool looking. And hopefully with X and Y coming, he will come up maybe a little bit. And oh, sorry, we do have a thunderstorm outside. So anyway, I'm going to give this guy a 7.5 out of 10. Even though he is my favorite, there are some that beat him, and he's just got a really badass design. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been Lady Jirachi from SnowPointTemple.com. And I'll wait and see next time who the next Pokemon will be. And if you would like to commentate with this with me, please leave me a message. You must have Skype, a mic, and TeamViewer. I will see you guys later.